Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom. This is on BusinessInsider.com. Europe is abandoning Trump on the world stage as it turns away from the U.S. toward China. And this article was sent to me by a beloved brother, Brother Gamar from GMS San Diego. And basically it speaks for itself. This is prophecy right before your very eyes. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So what we're seeing right now on the world stage, on this planet Earth, is the European Union, which are the 10 horns. We see them hating the whore being Babylon the Great, which is America. And eventually they're going to make her desolate and naked. All right. And eat her flesh and burn her with fire, which are all metaphors for them all shooting nuclear missiles on this place. Now let's read a little bit of this. Now this article was put up by Adam Bienkov, and it was put up on May 20th, 2020, which is the year of prophecy. And dealing with 2020 vision, we can see everything very clearly, man. The end is manifest. All right. Trump is a big disappointment to the entire planet Earth. An embarrassment. Now it says, President Donald Trump's handling of the coronavirus pandemic has triggered global criticism. So the U.S. is no longer looked at as that beacon on a hill. It's no longer looked at as the place where we need answers from. It's no longer looked at as the world leader or world power. You see? Recent polling suggests Europeans are turning away from the U.S. under President Donald Trump's leadership. Public opinion toward America has declined in major European countries since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. And I'm gonna say this, man, ultimately, all these nations are a part of the New World Order. Okay? See, this is chess on the world stage. All these different nations play a part in it. That's why this is a pandemic. It infected or affected the entire planet Earth, you know? Now it says 76% of Germans in a new poll said their view of America had deteriorated because of the crisis. You know, and Russia, you know, I mean, come on, man. Was dealing with Russia, which I know this is speaking about the Germans, all right, but I got to bring up Russia. They basically were aiding America, and this is America's top nemesis, top arch enemy, which is another Edomite nation, okay? But basically, you're receiving aid from the enemy. You know, and Russia even brought out the point we should no longer look at the U.S. for answers anymore. You know? But the whole earth is divided, man. Esau's kingdom. Satan is divided against Satan because this is Esau's empire. All right? But, you know, Germany's opinion, Germany's take as far as how America has handled this coronavirus situation is basically America's not doing a good job. And America is once again Babylon the Great. All right? It's that whore. And Germany is one of the strong nations. Basically, it's compared to iron. When you read in Daniel, the second chapter, all right, when it's referring to that image that Nebuchadnezzar saw in that vision that he had, the feet of 10 toes, part of miry clay and part of iron. Part of iron and miry clay. Germany represents the iron because it's a strong European nation, you know, or European country. You know, so America is losing its top allies, okay? Which really ultimately all of them hate America anyway, you know? But it says, reading on, roughly equal numbers of Germans in the poll favored maintaining close relationships with China and the US in a head-to-head matchup. So they're going with the enemy. They're like, you know what, we're gonna roll with China. All right, so, I mean, man, this is major division. And we know the end result of this. One poll last week found that just 2% of French people trusted Trump to provide world leadership. That's horrible. China is exerting growing political, diplomatic, and financial power across Europe. And this is showing you at the end of the day, everyone is going to be against America. All right? President Donald Trump is presiding over the deterioration of the US's position on the world stage as European countries increasingly look toward China as a future global leader, which that's not going to happen. China is not coming into power, but you get the point of it all. You get the gist, you know, of it all. It tells you in Psalm 68, why leap ye high hills? You know, China gonna take a damn seat when the Lord get back. They gonna have to sit their ass down. You know what they hopping up for, like they coming into power. Israel coming into power. But the point is, people are no longer looking toward the US for answers, all right? This shift is apparent in a series of recent opinion polls that found European sentiment toward the US to be in a decline. To be in decline since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. Okay? But yeah, you can read all this on your own. Okay, I just want to hit some key points that stood out to me through the Spirit. Now, it says right here, asked at the end of last month whether Britain should forge a stronger relationship with Europe or with the US, 35% of Brits told the pollsters YouGov that Europe should be the priority, compared with just 13% who said the US. Yeah, so everybody really about themselves at this point. That's why you had the Brexit. You know, Britain exited the EU. And Britain, that also represents the iron in that feet. You know, the feet of that image in Daniel 2. So Esau's empire is through, man. That's a net shift of 6 percentage points toward Europe since early November, and came despite Britain's exit from the European Union in January. The shift comes amid global shock about recent interventions by President Donald Trump on the coronavirus pandemic. The president's comments speculating that disinfectant might be used to treat coronavirus patients caused widespread disbelief and horror in many European countries. Yeah, so people was like, man, what the hell is wrong with the US president? You know? Let's read this here. Trump's behavior has highlighted already widespread negative feelings in Europe toward the president, with one survey last week finding that just 2% of French people trusted Trump to lead the world. That's horrible, man. Europe is ignoring Trump's threats about China. Well, that's it, man. So this place done. And they're also speaking about how the White House has been aggressive towards these other nations having 5G technology, which, like I mentioned before, all these other nations, they're also a part of this New World Order agenda, you know, so they're going to have this technology as well, whether the U.S. likes it or not. See, the elite of Esau, they're basically done with America. America was a damn experiment, and it was a blueprint for the New World Order, but the job is done, man. You know, so it's a one world order, and it's draconian, and honestly, China did the best job, you know, bringing about that draconian way. You see? A totalitarian system. So, hey, This thing is here, man. It's only a matter of time, man. Okay. All hell is about to break loose. So with that, all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabbat Shem Kakwadash. I hope you were edified. Double honor to our apostles and elders. Peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom.